Back with Craig Butt and Marty Biron. So, gentlemen, the full top 50 list is now out as we project for this upcoming NHL season. Connor McDavid clearly finished at the number one choice. Nathan MacKinnon was second, also by a wide margin, but the battle for third was tight between Auston Matthews, Leon Draisaitl, and Nikita Kucherov. Ultimately, it's Matthews that landed in third spot. Marty, did the voters get this right?
Well, I'm going to say the voters got it wrong because I had Matthews at number 5, and I don't want to bring in some hate from the Toronto fan base. And I know Auston Matthews can score a ton of goals. He had 69 last year. But Nikita Kucherov should be at number 3, 144 points, best in the league, 100 assists last season. And the domination that Nikita Kucherov put on display last year, I think will continue this year because his role will be expanded. No Steven Stamkos. With Gensel, I'd love to see how that chemistry is going to go. And now you look at Draisaitl. Well, Draisaitl can score goals too. In the last 3 years, Draisaitl is number 2 to Matthews in goals, but has had 42 more points than Matthews over the last 2 seasons. So I've put Draisaitl and Kucherov ahead of Matthews. I understand the 69 goals is huge, but I don't think Matthews is going to get to 69 again this year, which is a reason why I have him number 5.
I believe, Marty, that the voting tabulations should be made public. Everybody's voting cards should be made public, so everybody knows. Like, really, I really believe that. I think that we should be transparent. Now, that being said, Matthews has been a Hart Trophy winner. Obviously, Draisaitl has been a Hart Trophy winner, and so has Kucherov. We're talking here about 3 players that are brilliant. They're great players, and keep in mind that those 3 players won the Hart Trophy while Connor McDavid, the best player on the planet, was playing in the league. So, you know, the margins are so thin between 3, 4, 5 and these 3 players that, to me, Marty, you have Kucherov 3. I had Kucherov number 1 on my Hart Trophy ballot last year. MacKinnon won the Hart Trophy. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. That's what I believe. But I also know that there's a lot of room within that argument to understand that we're talking about superstars here. Yeah. And in any given season, they could be 1. And we're arguing over who should be 3. We're talking about brilliance here. We should celebrate it, not argue about it.
And we should argue about it because it's a lot of fun to do that. All right, let's go to the blue line. 2 defensemen have separated themselves from their peers on the blue line. Cale Makar, 6th. Quinn Hughes, 8th. Craig, we know how great Makar is, but Hughes did win the Norris last season. Does Hughes have a path to overtake Makar as the best defenseman in the world, or is Makar just too good to catch?
No, Makar isn't too good to catch. We know he's brilliant. We know that certainly Quinn Hughes is brilliant. So is Roman Josi. So is Victor Hedman. Unless your name is Bobby Orr, there is nobody that can't be the best defenseman in the world at any point in time. Bobby Orr owned it, and nobody else since has been able to own it like Bobby Orr. So can Quinn Hughes, he was last year the best defenseman in the world. We know that Cale Makar has won a Norris Trophy. So is Hedman. So is Josi. So again, we're looking at top number 1 defenders in the National Hockey League on the planet. So yeah, Quinn Hughes showed last year that he was better than Makar. Could Hedman show it this year? Yeah, because we're talking about the great defensemen in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, if Bobby Orr came back, he'd be on that list. If Dominik Hasek came back, he'd also be on that list. Those are the great ones. And now we're debating, obviously, fantastic hockey players. Look, I think Cale Makar is in a category of, on himself. Like, I think he's the best defenseman in the National Hockey League. And it showed in the way that he manipulates the game, controls the game. I think Quinn Hughes had a fantastic season last year, but it was 1 season. Here's the path for Quinn Hughes to maybe unseat Cale Makar as the best defenseman in the National Hockey League when we do our top 50. Play more in the penalty kill, right? Last season, Quinn Hughes only averaged 35 seconds of penalty killing time per game, where Cale Makar averaged 2.5 minutes of penalty killing time per game. So Makar is being used in much more variety, power play, 5-on-5 penalty kill compared to Quinn Hughes. If Rick Tocchet wants to put Quinn Hughes out there for more penalty killing time, for more of that tough matchup against the number 1 line on the other team, I can see Quinn Hughes getting ahead of Cale Makar. But if he stays more of an offensive threat and he doesn't round up his overall game by his deployment, I think he'll always be number 2 to Cale Makar.
I love the debates. To see TSN's entire top 50 NHL players project, you can check out tsn.ca and the TSN YouTube hockey channel as well.